What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Jasper Jeep, and I am home from vacation. Everything is great in my life right now, and we are on the final, what should be the final episode of Danganronpa. I did a couple things off screen trying to get caught up, and we are going into the AV room to view a video that Kyoko gave to watch and see what's going on. This all, of course, before the final trial, which is coming up soon, later on in the game. So, without further ado, let's get back in and finish Danganronpa. Audio. Alright. This should be able to play the DVDs just fine. Well then, I'd better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. Class number 78 urgent interviews. It said it was playing, but nothing appeared on the screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. Then, all of a sudden, there we go. Sayaka? It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was of this man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation.
I recognized the voice of the headmaster. That's Zasalamel from Soul Calibur 2, if I'm not mistaken. Or, no, not Soul Calibur 2, Soul Calibur 3. And onward, of course. It's also the voice of Nazim from Skyrim. You go to the couch very often. What am I saying? Of course you don't.
I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
Never got the hang. Never got the hang of the taking notes while having a conversation. Of course, Mr. Kirigiri.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute.
Ah.
It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total. Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in this school? I accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There's a lot I hadn't understood up until now. But this, only this. I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Why is he saying that out loud? Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad, she tried to, again, out loud. She tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on the screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Went from huh to what the fuck? Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
He says that so determined, with such determination. Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But I, the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk with him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
What? This can't be real. I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you.
And he did. Right up until...
As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's
right
the
up
very
until
least
it got
I
him
can do
killed.
for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again, and with again and again with the others. Yakuya. Toko. Hina. Everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in this school forever. And then Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. And when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which, of course... Needless monologue. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie. Looks like it broke. Out of service. It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now then. When doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere at any time. Now then... Okay. Now then, when doesn't matter. Okay, just move. That's what failure is, right? Failure, my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. He'd ask them the question, they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself but let out a huge exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Convenient outcome. something that seemed too obvious to something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or I'm just gonna put them on my neck and turn the volume all the way up. Interview DVD has been added to the Truth Bullets. Ah, there it is.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start.
See if that picks up. Okay, it doesn't pick up on me. Well, there we go. I just got a new air conditioning unit, and I was making sure that it wasn't. I was making sure it wasn't making too much noise.
There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black.
Sure thing, Monica.
There is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again. Because the end is only the beginning.
Oh, fuck you, Monica.
Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. Class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all of our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. Here we go. Into the door. I guess I'm the first one this time.
Makoto,
Early.
listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? Yeah, for now at least. But where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However,
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon. Looks like she said. Oop. Yakuya. Yakuya? Boing, boing. They arrived one after another. But they were all in the same state of shock. Hina? Hero. Silence. It wasn't any normal silence. It was a deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial. Hey, there she is. Oh, it's Jennifer.
so I appear.
Hi, am I late? Oh, wait, no. I'm late!
I'm on fire.
Oh, it's true. Santa Claus is so wonderful. So cool.
Yes.
Look, I know the other games just get worse and worse, but I am glad I don't have to deal with this for the time being. After this, I don't have to deal with this for a little while. Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me.
My beautiful scissors.
My scissors, sharp scissors, and I'll stab and gouge out the master of evil. Yeah, I'll stab and gouge and shiv the master. But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boy. Little boy? Why little boys? Why? First off, no, that's not true. The age is range in her file, so it doesn't fucking matter. But why did you have to say little boys? Fuck! If it's what Master wants, it can be boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it. And she's. Where am I? No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Can't you tell? I'm disappointed. Very disappointed. So disappointed. It's disappointing. Is everyone here? Oh, and wearing our gloomy Gus faces, I see.
Well now.
Okay, well then, let's begin.
Thrills, chills, kills!
This final class trial is going to be slathered in pitch black despair. My maximum sorrow.
That's fine.
You're right. This is the final class trial, and this time it'll be fair.
How strange.
What do you mean, this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know.
Unbelievable.
If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square. No, you're not.
Today, I'm feeling white.
And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious dribble. Begin the trial already. Sure, let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below.
You guys.
But don't try and run away. Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared. Whatever.
In the name of my
This will be over in no time. Actually, Byakuya. In inexplicable confidence, Byakuya was the first into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. Ina, Hiro, Koko. Nobody made eye contact or said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator.
Hey,
They're all acting odd. Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
however,
But you know why that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
however,
Well, you can tell us about it soon. At the class trial. You're right. I'm ready.
so
Ready to win, right? Duh, of course I'm ready to win. I want to fucking kick this bear's ass. Glad to hear you say that. Then Kyoko was aboard the elevator. Time for me. This episode not sponsored by Jack Daniels. Down Home Punch. Very good. Step after step forward and I resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body. Finally, on steady legs, I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. Ant on my ankle. Yeah. Without warning, it began to pull out. Deeper. Deeper. And deeper. And deeper. Deeper. Still. Oh, for fuck's sake, why the... Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper and deeper it fell. Fuck yay. I closed my eyes and sight fell. Run in the universe. I waited for the overlord. Fuck you. Second percent, please. Yep. Last trial. This is the final trial fight? What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. If I'm gonna sit in on this one, I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Well then, let's begin. Hello, I heard a notification. Hey, Momo's here. She hosted me. Thanks for the host. Oh, fuck me! Rar. My apologies. I went through that whole fucking thing off camera. And all you heard was my voice. Oh well, the first half of this video is a fucking podcast. Anyway, at least I got to the trial and real. Whoops. At least you told me before the trial actually began. Whoopsie. Anyway. I want to save data. Fuck yes, I want to save the data. Oh my god. Just jump right into it. Let's go. Here we go.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule.
Okay.
So listen up! If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But if you can't...
He's sitting on top of all of these platforms for, like at the Olympics, they have the platform for first place, second place, and all that, where the winner steps on the tallest one. Is he standing on all of those stacked up together?
Then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yes.
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not! Bears never go back on their word!
What are you, Naruto?
Never mind all that.
Never go back on my word. That's my ninja way. Believe it! Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person?
Wow. That is actually a very serious question. Props to Hero for one.
Hmm?
Don't bother. I already know the answer.
Oh, okay. How do you know that it's only one person?
You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get
There
me.
it is. You're all out. No. His question was fair. His question was fair up until he said this. So drink. And yes, I'm playing the drink. Be right back. I gotta get another beer. They're all out together.
I'm right, aren't I? I knew it!
Bullshit. Oh god, no. What? Immediately? Group photo places to check headmaster view handbook. Okay.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Right.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it.
Okay, he was just
I have
stupid.
evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
Nope, didn't mean to do that. Back, I meant the right click. All three of them think that everyone is out to get them. No doubt this is a trap Monica was set. Set it up so we would suspect each other. And I have something that proves it. The group...
You guys have all been working together, haven't you?
I have evidence!
Hey, you're all out to get me. I have evidence.
What a coincidence. Evidence that proves every- What? This doesn't make any sense.
How can the three of us each have that kind
No!
of evidence?
What? Damn it! I did not mean to click that button. Thank you very much. Oh, turn off the light.
You guys have all been- I have evidence!
Hey, you're all out to get me. I have evidence.
What a coincidence. Evidence that proves every- What? This doesn't make any sense.
How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
What the fuck? Okay, hold up.
You guys have all been- I have evidence!
Hey, you're all out to get me. I have evidence.
What a coincidence.
Okay.
Evidence that proves every- What? This doesn't make any
Sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
No, that's wrong.
Wrong, bitch!
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
I have evidence too that all of us had to have been working here together at some point.
What? You two?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Huh? Wait, but mine's different.
It's different.
With the picture you have, I'm in it.
Aha! Which you have, I'm in it. Yeah, there's Aoi, there's Yakuya. I'm actually pointing to the screen and you can't see it, but whatever. There's Hiro, right there in the back behind Sakura and Mukuro. Yeah.
But that can't be right. Because in my picture,
And this. You whatever. Now Junko is behind Taka. His arm was covering her face.
see? I'm the only one not in it.
Yeah, she's the only one not in it. Because there's Celeste in the background wearing her normal clothes. Everyone else is in their gym class attire. Oh, Mukuro is in her normal clothes as well. And then you got Junko in the back there talking to Chihiro. Sakura. She... Sakura just gonna blink right past every time. Figured as much, in which case...
Hiro, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Or did you lose it like you lose everything else? Hold on, I gotta open my beer and get ready to drink it. Hang on. No, technically it's not a beer, but I'm...
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
it's all pretty important evidence. And Monokuma is... I would be terrified to death if Monokuma was standing right next to me, okay? This one too, it's just like I thought. You have Junko in the back talking to Celeste. And Hiro's not in the picture. And Taka always saluting. Moving on. And of course, Hina and Sayaka both are eating donuts while Mondo's asleep behind Sayaka. You have Genocide Jack sitting behind... Oh, God. Of course Genocide Jack is behind Byakuya. And Mukuro's like, what the fuck am I doing here?
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Not necessarily. There is another secret in those pictures.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
You're the only one missing because you took the photo, asshole!
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
No, because you're in my picture and Hiro's picture.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other.
I know it doesn't. I know the whole thing I'm talking about doesn't come up in the entire trial, but the people who it's most likely that the people who aren't in the pictures are the ones who took the pictures, right?
The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Unless Monokuma is a fucking pro at Photoshop.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
Proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. Someone's missing from the photo, and Junko's face is not revealed. That person is the ones who got the photo.
In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it.
But wait, what about Byakuya's evidence? Byakuya said he had evidence too.
So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing.
Because you took the photo.
In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing.
Because she took the photo.
And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
Because he took the photo.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
And they're all at the pool in his photo. The fuck?
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
But that begs the question. Why would Byakuya take a photo of everyone when he doesn't give a shit?
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
I don't understand how that makes sense.
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
Yeah, Kyoko is right. It's a question. But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. Something else that bothers me about everyone's picture. Junko's face is covered up. What is it? What's being...
Listen, can I see everyone's group photo one more time?
Mm-hmm.
It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Hello, Byakuya photo where Sokka is fighting it. Yeah, I saw that. Hang
I
on.
don't mind.
It'll come up again. Something unusual about these two photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. Why is there a giant fish in the pool? And why is Sakura fighting it? What's going on? What the fuck? Hero in the background freaking out. Mondo just sitting there like, yeah, I wear Speedos, what of it? And of course, Taka trying to swim laps. Mukuro... Is Mukuro holding a cell phone? Yeah, and Leon is splashing Junko's face, covering his face. Sayaka, Kyoko, Makoto behind them, Celeste and Toko in the background. And of course, Fina's the lifeguard. You know, it looks like they had a very fun school life before all of this happened. Fina's picture. And Sayaka is actually, I mean, Sakura is gaining fast, but Sayaka is in a pretty good lead. Also, I like how they don't even bother to, like, it's zoomed out and distorted a little bit, so you can't tell that it's Krispy Kreme. I'm pretty sure Sakura is just laughing, and that is also probably true. She probably went around the whole course like 3 times before they went around once. Anyway. Anyway, the donut boxes are obviously Krispy Kreme, but of course they didn't have sponsorship by Krispy Kreme, so they were like, we'll make the logo, we'll just distort it so that you can't read it. But it's obviously the Krispy Kreme logo. And mine, of course. And in all 4 of them, Junko's face is covered up. Something strange about all of them that I can't quite put it down. Something. Oh.
Can you just forget about the photo already?
You're the one who brought it up, Drink. You're the one who brought it up. You dumb motherfucker.
Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
You were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No, I assure you, they're quite real.
But what are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that.
Because you all lost your memory.
So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
I mean, I guess you can question it. That is a fair point. That is a fair question. But the answers are obvious.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
No, it is not enough to be sure. Without a scanner or any kind of recognition software or any kind of internet connection whatsoever to look up these pictures, with no database whatsoever, you cannot say that they're fake 100%. Isn't necessarily because it's fake, there might be some other reason. Some terrible reason. Hang on, I need to move my phone. Alright, sorry about that. Unbelievable, but entirely horrifying reasons. You lost her memory! Amnesia. E S.
Now I understand.
Yeah. You have amnesia.
Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense. As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Not really a cult.
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
It's only natural they wouldn't believe it. Yeah. But no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. You can't move forward until they accept it. There's another way to prove it besides this history. Okay?
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
No, you don't.
No, that's wrong.
Hero,
Those
I don't
photos
get
aren't
how
the
you
only
survive.
things
Yeah,
that point to the possibility of memory loss.
I don't know either.
This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
All fucking porn with you, so go.
No, it's nothing like that.
Fuck with that smile.
It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hopes Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean...
All of you and everyone in this room, including the ones who are dead.
I mean all of us, including you.
You lie! I never did any kind of interview.
Play the tape.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
Oh shit.
What are you saying?
Means you lost your memory there, Hina.
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember.
Actually, it is.
You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Occasionally, I'm getting myself in the game and then it's FYI. Why is it? I don't understand why that would happen. Hey. There, is that better? I just turned off all the volume on my TV, so.
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to
Oh,
accept it as reality.
I see what it is. It's my headphone. It's the audio coming through my headphones. That's what it was. I took my headphones off because my room is hot. Yeah, I took the headphones off my ears and blasted the volume all the way up so I could still hear it. But I guess it just played through my headset, so I apologize about that. Anyway, moving on.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
It's not an organism.
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Okay.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
And you all said yes.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually,
We all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
fuck if I know.
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not.
Yes, it does.
Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Because it wasn't a murder school always. It wasn't always a murder school.
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it.
It wasn't
Am I right?
It wasn't a murder school until the mastermind took over.
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then, we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all making my head hurt.
That's amnesia for you.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Yeah, we did.
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
Unless you all were in a bus accident that somehow all of you survived
But
and hit your heads really hard.
Just steal our memories.
With some sort of technology that doesn't exist in real life.
How? Come, that hardly matters right now.
Kind of.
If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains?
Hypnotism actually makes more sense.
Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Because you were all friends before the killing game began. And he wanted to take that away.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
Original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret.
We'll figure it out.
Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So, when we killed Mukuro, Mukuro Mikusaba, Mukuro Ikusaba, the true mastermind. That's what we need to expose. And I already know who it is. Alright, I'm gonna let this one play through before I make a decision.
So who did it? Who killed her?
You did.
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Yes.
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
Control room.
Does make me so sure.
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong. There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
I wouldn't be objecting if I didn't have evidence, you dumb bitch.
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma.
Well, me and Tina.
The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
Yeah, because of the original of the 16 students that there were at the beginning, including Mukuro, which wasn't revealed till later. Monokuma said all of those same 16 students were the only ones to have set foot in the school since the killing game began. So, the mastermind has to be one of the students.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single is exactly what I just said before. Is those 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
I'll be right back. I need to go take a look around. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I heard noises outside and turned out to just be thunder. The reason I'm acting a little paranoid about it is because, if anyone recalls my social media posts a few months ago, I had somebody break into my house, and they just that person recently just got released from jail. So yeah, that's fun. So I'm kind of trying to keep an eye out because the landlord said if they come back, well, we basically told the landlord we don't want them moving back into that house. So we're keeping an eye out in case he shows up. If he does show up to get some of his things and get the fuck out, I don't care. But if he stays there, we're calling our landlord and we're having him removed. I don't want him living there. Blah blah blah. Anyway, back to the game.
But how'd they manage to survive all of this?
So my phone's being all tricky.
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me.
I blame Makoto!
What? Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
That was alter ego.
Oh, I get it! The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The Mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
Absolutely none.
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
Nope.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different.
Multiple stab wounds.
Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
The body was covered in other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That's right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does.
Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Because of the wonderful things she does.
Huh?
No, she doesn't do wonderful
How do
things
you
at
know
all.
that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know.
You're wrong.
She denied me. Before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm...
Why?
I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
I don't think you're weird. Well, I think you're weird, but, you know, that's not what I was going to say. If you're so sure we're going to deny you, why bother even saying it in the first place? Alright, what we got?
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles.
Right.
So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
Fuck!
Are you finished?
You didn't deny me this time, Wimsey. You made me go all cutesy.
Don't worry, there wasn't anything cute about it.
No, there fucking wasn't. Those wounds didn't touch me about it. Look at what was written about her in that.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing.
Of course you would find it frickin' refreshing.
Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
I wouldn't add to the conversation at all.
Anyway, so we can be sure that
I wouldn't add to
suffered
it either.
all those
Yeah,
wounds
that's
after
right.
coming to this school, in which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility.
Right.
When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Mukuro's fatal injury.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
A few days.
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant.
Right.
If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her.
Give me 1 second here. Why is my phone not cooperating?
So who was it that attacked you?
It had to have been the mastermind.
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask.
I'm going to restart my phone here.
The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think.
Bullshit!
Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
Why would I need evidence when you know it was you, asshole? There's no way Mukuro is the one who attacked me. Even if I didn't see their face. Ah, there's no tattoo! Comparing that to the masked attacker should be obvious. Oh, this is the only truth bullet? Hang on.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba!
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the
I didn't
attacker
use
we
it.
can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot? Or perhaps the left foot? Shoot!
Alright.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have... I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro...
You're wrong. There's another part of the attack.
Oh? Is it the right hand or the left hand? Maybe the right foot. Or perhaps the left foot. Or could it be the hips?
How did you say that? Most notable feature of the tattoo that marked was members of consent. That tattoo was easy to spot. In a certain easy to spot area.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba!
Oh, shit. Oh, right. I had already fucking... That's right. Facing Monokuma is always a fucking bitch. You guys still in the chat? I can't see anything because my phone is being all weird and glitchy.
Shoot! You never saw their face,
Alright,
so
let's
you
try this
can't have... I'm telling you now, it was...
You're wrong. There's another part of the...
Oh? Is it the right or the left hand? Maybe the right or perhaps... Or could it be the hips? You never saw their... So you can't have... I'm
Telling you now, it was
No, it wasn't.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I
Okay, you're
remember
slow.
correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me.
No
And
tattoo
there
there.
was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her.
Mm-hmm.
But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it couldn't have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you.
Didn't we go through this in the last trial?
But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh, no snappy comeback? Did I score a bullseye?
No, you didn't.
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone else could say anything, she took off her glove. She removed her glove.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
Want to know how I got these scars?
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, it does. You just don't want to say it. Yoko seemed to savor the words as yeah. And she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, they didn't.
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Oh, fuck off.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure,
Nope.
as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet.
If it means watching you execute yourself, yes.
Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
Bullshit, we watched it happen.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
Am I about to take another drink?
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are
Oh.
you?
Oh. So Byakuya says it for him. Oh. So it doesn't count.
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
In plain fucking sight.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right?
A few days.
Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
Biolab.
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
good one.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
Right?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
There's only one place. The biolab. I mean, you could have
Mukuro's
stored it in
body
the
was probably
refrigerator,
kept
but
hidden in the biolab.
someone would have found it.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
Which is also on the 5th floor, if I recall.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
Carried from the biolab to the garden, there's something that made its way from the biolab to the garden. The tarp.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden.
Yep.
When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Yep, it says biolab.
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
By looking.
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
Yes.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab.
Like, did you really just call me nitpicky?
In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
It is. Being nitpicky in a class trial is important.
That's just a wild guess.
No, it's not! He just proved it!
Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
Because the one in the tool shed is frickin' dirty?
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
And that also proves it.
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about unmasking the mastermind?
Yes.
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
Could you be talking about?
I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Hey, asshole. You said this would be a fair trial, so start acting like it.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. Inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about?
By the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
Fuck off!
What one thing?
What do you think? I'm talking about your family.
Ignore him.
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
How about you shut the fuck up?
So what do you think? Are you
Why are you bringing that up now?
Why are you bringing that up now? Fuck off.
your mom, your dad, your little sister? What do you think has happened to your family?
well, if Ultra Despair Girls is any indication, which I haven't played yet, but I will play it on stream. But if it's an indication, I don't know about the mom and dad, but the sister kicked your ass.
Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
You need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. If I want to shut him up, throws the inconsistency and slam him with it. It has to be, or the numbers don't match up.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this?
Damn it. Okay, so don't press the space. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is this...
Alright.
I refuse to give up yet!
Tab. Don't press space. Do one at a time.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof! Are you sure about this? Proof! Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof! Are you sure about this? Proof! Are you sure about this?
Gotcha.
I'm not listening!
What? How could I?
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What do you want? I'm not listening!
How? What the fuck? Why can't I? What the fuck? That was bullshit! Hold up. fucking stupid. That was fucking bullshit. Can't find. Are you using the correct truth bullet? Oh, wait. Oh, so I have to change the fucking bullet? You didn't even fucking say anything about that. What the hell? Alright. Alright. I know what to do. No. It's not over.
I refuse to give up yet.
I've got you fucking... I got your number, Monokuma.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof! 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 Are you sure about this? Proof! 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 Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof! 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 Are you sure about this? Proof! 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 Are you sure about this? Are you sure
Fucking...
about this? That's impossible! I'm not listening!
No, that's not it. Fuck!
What? What do you want? Are you sure about this?
Yeah, I fucking knew that. Yes, give it another fucking shot. Then I hit the space bar.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof! 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 Are you sure about this? Proof! 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 Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? I'm not listening!
This should prove it.
There we go.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
Yes.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in. And there were only 9.
9. Yep.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
Okay, fine. Drink. He explained it. They all explained it clearly, and he just doesn't fucking get it. It should be 10, correct? Yeah.
10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
Good point. I never understood that.
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
Okay, let's see. Sayaka, Leon, Mondo, Celeste, Junko, Wink, Chihiro, who am I missing? It's only 4% alcohol by volume, I'll be fine. Who am I missing here? And besides, I've got bagels. I guess they'll just list it off in the game. Right, the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka. Junko. Leon. Chihiro. Mondo. I like how Monokuma has the wig on and it's even bigger hair than it's even bigger hair than Leon. Fumi and Taka, that's who I was. Celeste, and then Sakura. And our victim number 10 was Mukuro. But there's only 9 bodies, meaning one of those bodies.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
Which means one of them is still alive.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Because one of them is still alive.
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
Do I have to say it again? It's because one of them is still alive. What is that? Only 9 murders took place. But patently untrue. Counting Monokuma's execution there from the No! That's correct! What are you talking about? Only 9 murders actually took place. It just was made to look like 10.
Shoot!
Whatever, fine. I'll pick the other fucking option. Same person was killed
I
twice.
got it! What about if the same person was killed twice?
That doesn't make any sense. You could just say, what if one of them is actually still alive? Just say that. You know, that would make a whole lot more sense than this bullshit.
Huh? Killed twice?
Exactly. Even Hero is right to question that.
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far.
Officially.
But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
That's...
Murdered and murdered again?
Oh, fuck off with you.
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was
Mukuro.
Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
Yep.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on!
We already know who it was. Fuck off.
Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
Well, I'll tell you. If you shut your fucking mouth.
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious.
Monokuma, he said it would be a fair trial. You gotta let us prove it.
Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Au contraire, my black and white friend. Monokuma number 5. Right, okay. That's probably not the answer.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as?
Oh.
Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu... whatever? Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
No, that's wrong.
No, it's wrong.
Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
Aha!
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight.
Junko was actually Mukuro.
Junko,
They gotta
or
show
someone going
up
by
the
that
skirt
name,
shot
was
again.
stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Because it was still Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person?
Not quite.
Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
You were onto something. I'm counting that as a stupid thing that you said.
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9.
Yeah, no shit.
Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Correctamundo.
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive.
I mean, I can see where you would get that, but no.
She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died.
But there's a problem with that.
So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be.
Nope. Monokuma.
Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right,
I
aren't I?
hate your face. Kuro alive? And that's still alive with Mukuro? No, because of her tattoo. Junko didn't have the tattoo. Well, we're not supposed to know that. But we really believe that. The dead person is Mukuro because Mukuro has the tattoo. Nobody else has the tattoo.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
No.
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
No.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
But why the That be true. That couldn't have been her body with my body. It's possible. No.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
Microphone.
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
No.
Shoot!
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
Shit.
Shoot!
The body we found in it wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it so the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monaco?
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Fuck.
Shoot!
What was on the Monokuma file? I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive? That's right. She so the mastermind.
What do you say, Monaco?
body we found in the garden, it wasn't Mukuro.
Oh, that's not it.
Shoot!
The body we found in the garden, it wasn't Mukuro.
Not that either. Is there a way to reread it? The explosion, blah 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 blah. Single time combat. The car is several days old. Nope. So did not have a single star or wound when she came to his pad. In addition, 5'7", 97 pounds, 31. Or match characteristics. Nope. 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 Collection of characters.
Shoot!
The body we found in the garden, it wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is
Fucking
Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
The body we found in the garden, it wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
Ah, jeez. Let's say I failed.
The body we found in the garden, it wasn't Mukuro.
No, that's wrong.
Fucking A, was that the whole time?
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of.
Yeah, you were right.
The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But
They're still alive. The only one person it can be is Junko. Ah, nope.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Yep.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
Positive.
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
I expect this to be from Hero, not you, Byakuya. I know you are stupid.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
It was some kind of charade.
But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Fuck right off. Now that you mention it. We just proved that Junko and Mukuro were the same person. Or at least in this case they were. As far as the murder is concerned, fuck, I can't speak. We just proved that the same person who was impaled by those spears was Mukuro Ikusaba. And we proved that quote-unquote Junko was killed with multiple spears impaling her body. I fucking hate the logic in this game. There's no common sense whatsoever. She really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say she was gone. I did check absolutely, and I
She
said
was
sure.
dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
But it wasn't Junko. It was Mukuro. You fucking idiot.
So, the idea that she's still...
It must be wrong.
That's what it seems like. That's what it was trying to look like. But
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
no.
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud.
Bullshit.
Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Why would I? Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
Because you figured it out. It was Junko.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
Problem standing my way is you right now, bullshit. Little Mr. Bullshit. I don't
Junko
fucking know what else to call you.
absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
No! You're wrong, you asshole!
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I'll let this one slide because Byakuya started it.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
Could have she survived? Okay, guess we'll fucking prove it. How could she have survived? Oh, I don't know. It wasn't her that got killed, you dumb fucks. She were alive somehow. We just proved that it wasn't Junko who got killed. It was Mukuro. We just proved it! Why are you asking this question, Makoto? You see, now I'm starting to believe they really did all get amnesia at the same time, because they're just so fucking forgetful. It wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely. Sword and sorcerer, so good a trick. What am I spelling? I don't know what the word is. What was that? Oh, fuck, I failed. Ah, fuck off with all this shit.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Yes, give it another shot.
refuse to give
Replica is the word. Hero with his freak out face. Okay. Replica. Help. Help. Yell. Yell. Yell! What? Why the fuck's sake? Why did my computer just decide to be a bitch right then? How is it not the eye? Come on, give me the eye! A-S... Oh, it's not replica. It's replaced.
Now I understand. That's it.
Replica fit, though.
What if she switched places with someone else?
Switched places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
Oh shit.
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but
What is it, Hero?
that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Byakuya already asked this question. Didn't he just ask the question which led to me saying that, playing that stupid ass Hangman's Gambit game? Drink.
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that?
When the killing game began.
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Substitution jutsu.
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that.
Which is why they didn't switch like that.
So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
No. Have to be something. Figure out how to explain how they switched at the beginning.
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the beginning.
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. So you're saying the Junko we first met
Was actually Mukuro.
was actually Mukuro all along?
Yes. We already established that, but you're a fucking idiot.
Then we'd already met her?
As Junko.
I had like a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko,
Mm-hmm.
and we never would have known the difference.
Right.
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
Makeup.
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
Yep.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
You're asking that now? Drink. No shit. Of course it was a setup from the very beginning. The whole thing was a setup. Even if the whole thing between Junko and Mukuro wasn't the case, if that didn't even happen, this whole killing game was a setup. It's obviously a setup. What the fuck are you talking about?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure. Making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
Yes. Monokuma's silent because he's been
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her.
Not the ultimate despair.
In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
Akuma?
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity?
Yes. Are you gonna ask us to fucking prove it now?
As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
Ah.
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
He still refuses to admit it, but he tried to deceive us all he wants, it doesn't matter. I've already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. First time was during our latest investigation. Fuck. Okay, and... Shoot, I forget what evidence it was! What was it? Oh, with the explosion. But it's not there. Yet. Oh, the photo! The photo. Yeah. Fuck! Oh, the DVD. Okay, I got it.
I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD. DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Of course, meant that the DVD wasn't playing it anymore. What the heck just happened? It looks like it broke out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now? Now then, when does it matter? Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. Blah, 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 blah.
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
Mm-hmm.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke.
Why are you still getting nervous? I am Mr. Despair, blah, blah, blah. Fuck off. No, it wasn't a fluke. Orchestrated that power outage. It's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. Cover up the other piece. Now we're good. Oh, fuck with these.
What? What do you want? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible! That's impossible!
This should prove it.
Bang. Fuck you, Monokuma.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Uh-oh.
Why are you getting nervous if fear is not in your lexicon, bullshit artist?
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
Just say it instead of beating around the goddamn bush. Just say it.
What's so unusual about them?
Junko's face is covered up.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Flashback of Leon talking to Chihiro, talking to Celeste. Covered up by Taka's arm.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, in this photo you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible.
Yes.
So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko.
It can't be Mukuro because Mukuro's face is visible in every single one of them.
Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
Xanadu?
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
For the second time.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Mm-hmm.
Xanadu times 2!
Why Xanadu?
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Bullshit.
Don't bother trying to deny it.
Don't bother to deny it.
There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything, right now.
Oh, shit. Okay. So... Where is Junko? This. Okay, so she puts on the mask. This. This. Wait, what? Where? Hold up, hold up. Okay. So. No, fucking. Kerblooey. And. Oh, fuck. Shit. I don't think that's right. I'll reenact it then. No!
The
Fucking.
killer is you!
Jeez, my computer just.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, right after we all arrived here.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Right.
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind? Junko Enoshima.
Yeah, correct.
Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue, until Junko decided to put her body to use.
Right. Okay.
Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
Mm-hmm.
So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
Okay, so that's incorrect. So I gotta replace that. Right, all found the body. Then we all found the body, and then it.
The killer is you!
There we go.
Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence.
Cool. Good.
She
I got it
needed to
right.
hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning.
Mhm.
This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima! That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
The ultimate despair. Junko Enoshima.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world! We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
No.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
You're the one who devised this whole thing. You don't know? This is the mastermind? She's the real Junko Enoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day, it was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Your face!
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
That depends on the chihuahua.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember.
I got it! That's right! It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover. And you were on it!
Yeah, and shit. Trying to think. Right, Mukuro was like, oh, those things are photoshopped and whatnot. Not only that, look at, well, no, she's probably got makeup on it a bit. But Junko doesn't have freckles, Mukuro does.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So I was right. than what you told me in the main hall when this all began.
I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Are you talking about my cover photos and junk? Well, of course, those are totally Photoshopped. Photoshop? Sorry, I'm eating a bagel. You know, edited to hell and back with, like, computers and junk. Oh, so they aren't real. Now.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Mm.
Twins?
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima! And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Kudos to the voice actress who played Yoko, by the way. Actually, two voice actors, but...
Whoa! She's a totally different person now!
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell! I even get fucking bored with myself! But if you're twins, why do you have different last names?
Different parents, jackass! No, I'm kidding. That doesn't make sense if they're twins.
Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if!
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities: atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away. Which is precisely why I killed her, to meet everyone's expectations.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal. Just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
This wasn't supposed to. Why? Me.
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
So much.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad?
Now she's emo with mushrooms in her hair. What the fuck?
That's why it gets me so excited. Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair.
You know, we could kill you at any time now, right?
It just feels so good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Everything. Please, somebody.
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair.
No fucking shit.
After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
And you just noticed this now, Byakuya?
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
Again, Captain Obvious.
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No, I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Cause on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
That doesn't mean shit.
Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer, so how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries.
Or you could just kill her and be done with it.
And then we'll have our victory!
Or you could just kill her and be done with it.
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
From you arriving at Hope's Peak up until you guys woke up in the classroom you fainted and all that shit. Anyway.
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
What are you, Dora the fucking Explorer? Founding Hope Secret. What? No.
I got it!
Motive.
You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important.
Aha! You hoped. Bitch, I got you now.
It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners.
I think we're beyond that shit.
So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
A theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
The bandmate. Makoto's motive was family. Just show his video, show his motive video again, and Vin Diesel's just in the background.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
Yeah, you're the one who did it.
You're the one that did it.
Exactly, what she said.
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disappointment.
Yeah. For example, your family, and Vin Diesel's in the background. Yeah, I know, I said that again.
Okay, time for the next question.
I hate this version of her so much.
So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Motive's theme was... secrets. Mine mentioned how I used to wet the bed.
Got it! It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
Then he killed his brother.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Again, you can just kill her and be done with it.
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question.
Seriously, Hina, hero, grab her by the arms and let Byakuya just stab her in the face 30 times. I don't fucking care.
So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Money!
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! money. Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain.
Well, actually, Hifumi killed Taka because, Celeste manipulated him into doing it, but whatever.
Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Exactly. Again, just fucking kill her and be done with it.
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
Because she wanted to do right by everyone. She wanted to atone for her betrayal.
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Again, just stab her in the face 30 times. No one will stop you.
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the Seed of Despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the Seed of Despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours?
Just fucking kill her already.
Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
Does it really matter anymore?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the Seed of Despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
Blank slate.
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
If I recall at the beginning, you were just like, none of this is real, blah blah blah.
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right?
Mm-hmm.
The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
In an indirect sense, that does make sense. Because it provides a blank slate.
Correctamundo!
Not that I condone it, of course.
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Yeti slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Crazy. Damn.
Huh? Really?
Then hurry up and tell us.
Why don't you shut up?
Okie dokie. Like they say
The outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there? Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair.
This is the one time you could murder the mastermind and nobody would stop you. Not even her. Just kill her.
Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls!
So that's what the screens are for.
This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
What the?
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense!
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right? What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
We should recognize it? What about it should we recognize? This whole thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, cause it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die.
But we already solved the murder. You should be dead by now.
I don't remember. Ain't a fucking excuse no more. Cause now it's time for the final class trial.
The trial already began! Ah, God, no! Fucking A. Alright, here we go.
Come on, bitches. Remember or die. What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
If nobody can remember anything.
No, that's wrong.
There is someone.
Actually, she might remember.
Who might remember?
You know who.
The other Toko. Genocide Jack.
It's cool, it's not just the murder. Fuck.
The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her?
Just this once.
No! Absolutely not! That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity!
Yes, but if you don't, it forfeits your life.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
Aha. Of course.
Dun, 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 dun! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet ya.
Just, it's like, just like that.
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough! Just look at the stupid screen.
Aye aye, Roger, you got it, Captain!
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but... Of course it does!
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know?
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
The tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
How about no?
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening, but it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event.
What is?
Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is... now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as a result, in basically no time flat, the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
He's right, there wasn't.
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics.
That is true.
Miss Morose saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel.
Fucking A.
Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic.
You say that to Hero, who panics all the fucking time.
Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Tagami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
Correct! Well done, peasant!
It fell.
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it! Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
No shit!
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died, even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop! And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone! The Togami family is destined to guide the world!
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago!
Hold on, that doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago.
Oh my god, Makoto, I thought you were smart. Well, no. No, I didn't think you were smart. But I thought you could at least put two and two together. Makoto, you all just fucking found out that your memories were stolen from you by Junko. That shit happened a year ago. A little over a year ago. Not a few weeks ago. Or are you fucking... Like I said, the rate you forget shit. The rate all of you forget shit just makes me think there's definitely a possibility that all of you could lose your memories at the same time. I'm sorry. You are just all fucking stupid.
If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Yeah, of course he's mistaken.
Well, if I'm understanding you right... It sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
When you arrived a year beforehand. When you arrived here a year ago.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago?
Just fucking kill her already.
Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Huh? 2 years ago?
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
What? 2 years ago? What? She erased 2 years worth of memories, you jackass.
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
Your memories were taken away.
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Well, then keep your mouth shut. Still, we have to answer somehow.
I got it! If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Good job, Makoto. You figured it out. Even though it was fucking put right in front of you.
Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life? That's not possible!
I want to think that too, but I don't want to believe it. That's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe, I don't want it to be possible. Blah, blah, blah. But if that's the truth, then we have to accept it.
Years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything!
Yeah, you have.
Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just
damn it.
surreal.
Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
22.
Everyone's so conflicted. 2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class.
No, that's wrong. Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at.
It's his notebook.
This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why's my name written on it?
And in your handwriting, no less.
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Bullshit.
Wizza, is something wrong?
Wizza.
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing! No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here.
He got held back. He took very good notes, though.
But somehow, I forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
No, it's not.
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's hers! It's Kyoko's.
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hiro, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game.
Rocker Junko is the best Junko, yeah.
Oh, and there's another thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
Excuse me for a sec. I have to go get some antacids, so I'll be right back. Plus, I gotta use the bathroom. Okay, I'm back. Let's get back into it real quick.
What?
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Where our memories come apart? How can the moment we must lost the memories? I can only think of one time. Just after I said,
I got it! The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day. When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall. When I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
didn't you say you were tired of expositioning all this shit?
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
Yeah, that's it.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but
by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
I love you all so much.
Fucking sarcasm.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it.
How about just die?
All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
Ultimate despair, all mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The
tragedy.
All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
What do you mean?
Excuse me.
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it.
Yeah. Charging my phone. I'm plugging my phone into the charger. A whole bunch of stuff is pinning the charging cord to the floor so I can move it. Anyway.
I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter! That's right! It was transformed into a shelter! Ah, I said it twice!
Now, someone was responsible for the transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
I got it! Could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school.
I like this picture right here.
So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits.
I figured as much.
Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
That was still your fault.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
Only let us live? So we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because she fucking loves despair, as stated throughout the entire game?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school deathmatch. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why I...
Well, why don't you tell me?
Oh, dude. Here we go again. Okay. Hijack. Yay.
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Boy.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about.
Good thing Hifumi's dead, but Genocide Jack's right there.
The world watched as you fell into despair and
Hifumi.
began to kill each other one after another.
Hifumi would have immediately went climax.
Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the
Yeah,
way,
actually
since
it
we
is.
started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
I mean, first it was the radio, then the television, and now the big thing is the internet.
Are you serious?
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Expelled them?
She killed them all, bitch.
I have to thank you all.
Actually, no, you're not the bitch. She is.
They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates. Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless?
Oh, Makoto said shit. Oh, such a... Like, he's cussed throughout the game, but he never said shit. You're so full of shit. Junko is full of shit.
You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what?
Just fucking kill her already! God damn it!
Our final
The solution
desire for
is
creating
right
this
there.
world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
Kill you. That's what I'd do. I'd be like, you know what? There's a solution that we're all forgetting here. Tina, Hiro, could you please grab her?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too. Like right fucking now.
Yes, the truth can hurt. However, it doesn't kill us. Truth full of despair. That's...
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
There's only one last murder you need to commit, and it's the person right fucking next to you. Just do it!
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
Just break your neck.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
Even Kakuya is like, the fuck?
No, even I can't laugh at that.
The way she started laughing at it, too. It was funny. I'm sorry.
We get it. We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already! So help us! I'll do anything! Just help me!
You're lucky I've decided not to drink any more beer.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
Except throughout the entire game when he was like, help me, get me out of here!
But I'm sorry to say, begging
Even
doesn't
Junko's
work
memory
on
doesn't
me.
work right.
All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Aha! And even Junko was like, the fuck did you just say to me?
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself, so I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself?
That's exactly the point. Until the box is open, the cat is either dead or alive. Is neither dead or alive. Until that fucking front door opens to this, until that big ass